Yo, what's up, weirdos? Sorry, I got my purple. Gotta have my Raptors jersey on for the Zebec stuff, guys. Let's check it out. Okay, so something big potentially brewing here for Zebec. What does this mean? What are the implications of this cryptic tweet for Zebec? We're going to discuss it a little bit. Also, we got a clip to share about the ISO 200.22 compliance. We're going to play that as well, guys. So let's talk about it. So as you can see, Zebec here tweets out coming this fall, coming this fall. Then they have their logo on a hockey puck, and they have the Uphold logo on a basketball. Now, we know that Zebec and Uphold are in a partnership, and that Uphold has spent a significant amount of time promoting Zebec, and they hold a significant amount of Zebec. And I believe they were talking about, I'm not sure if they fully implemented it, but they were talking about implementing Zebec's payroll system into Uphold's company, right? So I'm not sure if that actually ended up taking place yet or not, but I digress. That would be big as well. But so, what are the implications here? Well, it says coming this fall. Now, I would remind you that their payroll system, could this mean their payroll system is going to be integrated into the NHL and NBA leagues? It would make sense. It would make perfect sense, right? For that to be the case. Um, Although we know that MasterCard as well also partners with major sports leagues also. So could that be in the mix as well? There's a lot of moving parts here. But to integrate their payroll system into the NBA and the NHL leagues, now this doesn't necessarily, you got to think broader than just talking about players and athletes, right? There are hundreds of thousands of employees, but well, before I speak on that, hang on. Let me see how many employees, how many people are employed by the NHL and the NBA. Okay, so I was being a little bit a little bit dramatic. There is approximately 1,500 people employed by the NHL and approximately 1,500 people employed by the NBA. Plus, there's about 700 players in the NHL and there's about 450 players in the NBA. Okay, so I mean that would make it more realistic that for me that they would implement this kind of a payroll system into something because it's not as that complex. It's not a massive thing to take on. However, the announcement and the partnerships of what that could mean, that is going to be massive, right? If they announce that Zebec's payroll system is somehow going to be integrated into the NHL, for example, or the NBA, Mark Zebec's going to pump. You don't get a bigger brand than that than like the NBA or the NHL in Western culture, right? So that's going to be huge in the U.S. and Canada. In saying that as well, the NBA season starts, they say, coming this fall, right? Right here, they say coming this fall. So the NBA season starts around the 20th of October, I believe, which is in the fall. And the NHL preseason actually starts next month, right? Which is, I mean, the fall, right? The tail end of September is when the preseason starts for NHL. So we could be seeing some announcement in as soon as 6 to 8 weeks from now, right? As we start to gear up for the NHL and the NBA seasons. The speculation is going to start to run wild on this, guys, as we move closer. Again, an announcement of any kind of a partnership or collaboration between Zebec, Uphold, and the NHL or the NBA or both. I would assume both since they got both here. What could this mean for Zebec? And on top of that, you also have to remember that that kind of a utilization and partnership also adds to the credibility of the project, making it even more likely that you will see a listing on Coinbase, even though Coinbase for me is pretty much a guarantee, considering the fact that Coinbase is an early investor in Zebec and is actually partnered with Zebec. So I mean that's kind of like a no-brainer. But then also you have Binance, and all of these other platforms, exchanges that see that credibility being added to Zebec as a company, right? I personally believe that a Coinbase and Binance listing for this project is not even a question of if. It's a no-brainer that it's a when, in my opinion, right? Now, I know there's people out there that hate Zebec, that don't do any research on Zebec, and that are going to be in the comment section saying dead project, or, they're not going to use Zebec. Well, then why the hell are they doing this, right? I mean, please, it's weird. When you make comments like dead project, really what I read when you say that is you're just announcing to the world that you don't do research. And that's weird. Why would you announce to the world that you don't do research? Nobody cares that you don't do research, right? It's weird. So this isn't a cult, right? So in saying that, guys, this could be next level for Zebec, not only as a company in terms of the utility, but also in terms of credibility. Being collaborated with the NHL and the NBA, massive, guys, absolutely massive, right? So we will monitor that. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, cross your arms, cross your legs, whatever it is you got to cross, guys. Cross everything. We'll see what happens. We're going to get into a clip here about ISO 20022 compliance and Zebec as well. But first, as always, a quick shout out to the channel sponsor, Decent Biometric Wallet. Not your keys, not your coins, my friend. Simply use our link down below in the description and get yourself a phenomenal deal on the Decent wallet. They got a 2-for-1 deal on the wallet. You can get yourself the card wallet as well. I think they're like $5 or something like that. Incredibly affordable, guys. Again, don't miss out on the opportunity. I personally have like 5 of these things because I like to departmentalize my crypto and keep everything organized in that way, right? Also, guys, you're going to be rolling into the next bear market and the next 4-year cycle starting next year, right? As next year begins, you're going to need to hold your crypto in your own self-custody. I do not recommend holding your crypto on centralized exchanges for 3 to 3.5 years. Not wise. Take advantage of the 2-for-1 deal on the biometric wallet today. You can take profits and swap right on your Decent wallet, and you can even stake on there without your crypto ever leaving your custody, gain APY on your USDC Circle stablecoin, and so much more. Check it out down below in the description, my friends. All right. Now, what do we have here? This from Professor Ripple Effect. A little clip here about Ripple, XRP, Zebec, and the ISO 20022 compliance.
Recently, I'd say at Zebec, we have a ton of respect for Ripple and XRP and what they've built. We've been in talks with them now for the past couple of weeks.
Note that we've been in talks with them for the last couple of weeks. Now, there are, for some reason, some weird XRP people out there that are offended by Zebec and XRP or Zebec and Ripple working together, which is moronic in my opinion. Why would you be upset about these two amazing companies coming together and working together? It only increases the value of both companies. It's stupid to be upset about it. But right from their lips themselves, guys, it's not a rumor. It is true.
About a potential product that we're working on together, but we're definitely on their radar. And I'd say it's definitely a company that Zebec respects a lot. Now, the similarities between Zebec and XRP really come down to the markets that they're serving, right? Ripple, you can give a lot of the success to the size of the problem that they're trying to solve. So if they're tackling global remittance, alone that market is shy of $800 billion in US terms. Now, when you look at payroll, which is the problem that Zebec is trying to solve, the payroll market in the US alone in volume is north of 10 trillion. So both massive markets, which is why I believe that Ripple has been able to get to the size it has. And Zebec, I believe, is on a similar trajectory. Recently,
hell yeah, they are. Similar trajectory. Let's go. All right, guys, listen. Big news for Zebec. I'm excited about it. I hope you're excited about it. I got my purple Raptors jersey on because I'm excited about it. Guys, if you're new to crypto, get over to the Patreon. I got some big news. We just updated our top tier over on our membership tier over on the Patreon to include swing trading swing trading and copy pro trading. If you want to get in on swing trades, on copy pro trades, and so much more, get over to the Patreon. Or if you just want to get involved in coaching calls, you need help, you need exit strategies, knowing how to take profits, when to take profits. As altcoin hits, guys, it's going to be a blitz, okay, where we're going to be taking profits out of altcoins that are pumping. We're going to be rolling those profits. You pull 100 grand out of over here, and then we're going to roll it over here. We're going to 2, 3, 4 exit. We're going to take it out. We're going to roll it over here. We're going to 2, 3 exit. It's a bliss. It's a short amount of time, guys, that you're going to have throughout the parabolic phase of this market. You want to make sure you're navigating it properly and you're squeezing every dollar out of it that you possibly can before 3 more years of red, dull, boring, red bear market, okay? So check all that out, guys. The bottom tier, only a cup of coffee a day, my friends. Jump over to the Patreon today. The link is in the description, guys. Join a community of thousands of other people today. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.